and you are faced with the realities of the death of Skava, who is basically embracing or going to Zort and connecting this with the rest of nature, but Skava is dying from that role. Skava is dying away from her effect. And you, of course, are the master of death in this place and time, this state of being.
Could I weaken them, or is it death that's... If I could try to weaken them,
Well,
or can I only kill them, or
weaken who exactly? and Zhong?
Yeah.
No, they are gone. They are fallen. They are reduced to, if they continue to exist from this point forward, who knows? They are, what Zort did removed them from the picture. You are dealing with super chaos Zort at this time.
Okay. So let's.
And you're also aware that Skava is not going to survive her current activities. She needs to be able to not die in order to accomplish what she is doing.
It sounds like the Guardian would be of good use.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
But we haven't rolled anything for the Guardian, so she has no.
You don't have to.
Oh, I don't have to?
No.
Okay.
This is actually one of those nice rune spells, right? That simply happens because the god has already provided the power. And
24.
Oh, goodness. So with this in your role, which I think we should have picked some characteristics for, but given Urko's intellect and a few other things, I think we know what they would be. And 24 is perfectly good to succeed. So basically, you can capture Skava's death in your wand, and the two of you can now connect with Zort. I have no words or even ideas to describe how your minds connect at this time, but the question is, what will you do right now with all of this potential? What will you add to the universe? What will you make happen?
You said 77% roll with Zort. Is he supposed to do it?
I'm sorry, say that again?
That roll based on
yes. Oh,
Zort.
Did you ever make your roll?
No.
Oh, well,
you said you hold off on.
I am sorry. Please roll.
Yeah. All right. 1.
All right. Well, what's kind of nice in mathematical terms, Nate, did you freeze on us? Which would only be, that's me. I froze. Yeah, I am.
Pushing me back, by the way, Elko.
There we go.
It was kind of scary.
That was so shocking. I just froze. You froze me, right?
We thank you very much.
The rest of you froze to me, but I realized what that meant, of course. So
that was some comical timing.
Yes, exactly. Well,
that was perfect.
Now, what is kind of nice from a mathematical point of view, and makes me feel as though I am not being just a ridiculous storyteller, is that we have a critical success against a critical failure if we were using those mechanics. And so that's kind of nice. It means that Skava's death can be a little bit, can legitimately be negated. So or rather her complete ejection from the situation, which would be the non-existence. So fortunately, that does not have to happen. So the effect is this. With that kind of roll, Nate, you can consult with your friends to see what you can do with the runes of chaos and man.
The rune of man, too.
That's what Skava is bringing.
Just name it and we will do it.
You're the boss?
Yep.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
The one thing Zort never, ever,
I
ever,
would have
ever,
died
ever
for
wanted.
you, so what?
Oh, no, so I feel really silly for kind of half-bullying Scav for this. Oh. That's... We're speaking cosmical here. Big times.
Hmm.
You two
This will decide whatever happens after.
Or whether there is an after.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's... From this perspective, really hard to make a choice. Really hard.
Maybe you will live in the you two will live in the staff, and I'll become the new god.
Takes a lot of responsibility off me.
Yep.
Seems the right thing.
Sandra.
Maybe not a half bad idea to have someone remain and watch over that everything doesn't go down the drain.
For things to happen, time has to be in place in some form.
Right.
Mm.
The insight of the northern culture was that time and chaos are the same.
Yes, so in which form do you want to be in place?
You're part of these two, aren't you? I mean, you...
Yes.
Alright. And Urko,
Yes.
you're... Urko, you might remain. Do you?
If I remain,
Yes.
do you really want me to rule alone? Is that a smart idea?
Did you learn?
It's...
No, it's Urko.
No, this is not Disney, and Urko does not say, I
Yep.
think I've learned my lesson. No, that does not happen.
I
Apparently.
didn't really
No,
count
no,
on
me
that
neither.
either. I just wanted to make sure that we are on the right path
Right,
here.
right.
But maybe it's that kind of trying of something new that might
Mm-hmm.
be the way forward. Maybe not everything is a success, but at the very
We should
least...
start anew and see what the new end will be.
Start a new end.
Start with a new beginning and let it end wherever it ends.
That's a scary thought.
It's a cycle. In the end, everything is a cycle.
Yeah, you know, the world has died many times, but it always comes back.
And will be like the gods before time. Is that correct?
Possibly, at least the age of legend.
For the ones who come after us, we
an
will.
age of stories, an age of moral and immoral examples.
Well, maybe it's just best that we set the playing field and let others do the rest in that case.
Yes.
You can see far away
Mm-hmm.
some, I would say, faces, because that's how your minds would interpret them. But they are the faces of the gods as you know them, the god of the buried dead, the god of the Hawkseers, the several others, all of the ones that we call the pantheon, the gods who had started time in the past, and it's almost as though they are letting it go. It's time for the new arrangement of personalities and runes to create the beginnings of a new pantheon. Nope.
This is scary.
Well, I'm not really demanding anything from you. We can effectively end here because I know what makes the most sense, given what you have done.
It's scary anyway.
Yeah.
Basically,
I was thinking maybe if, since I could take, absorb Skava, if maybe I could somehow reach out to Jalla
mhm.
and maybe just try to absorb all of the knowledge that's left in the world, and just suck it all up.
Right.
You know.
Well, you can certainly make use of it. The
Yeah.
entire resources of the buried dead are available to you. So yes, in lots of ways, that's true. The effect, first of all, is that the world is not destroyed and started over. Instead, it moves forward from where you are. And it will be changed. It will be perhaps a less magical time, perhaps and we don't know what it will be like. But it's perhaps quite possible for the three of you to live out, to continue your lives after this, with or without adventures. But the world will be different, and the gods have changed. The new cults will have to form. New rituals will have to be formed. The old ones will culturally transform into the new cults and new philosophies. So that's sort of the effects that I am imagining from what you have done and the personalities that you have brought to this. Kind of interesting to imagine what sort of gods or demigods you will create from yourselves. But they seem like they could be some pretty interesting ones. Right. So, but that brings us to the end of our story, I think.
Thank you,
Yeah, thank you guys.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.